This is Miss Geico Offshore Racing here in Louisville, Kentucky for Thunder over Louisville. We plan on going about 180 mile an hour. This boat right here is 47 foot long.
Come on back down, you got it, come on, just like that.
Houses twin turbine marine 1800 turbines, which is 3,700 horsepower, powering this boat upwards of 200 to 210 mile an hour. We look to come downtown at about 180 and throw a rooster tail and do a bunch of turns and just have a lot of fun with it.
My name is Scott Begovich. I'm the throttle man for the Miss Geico offshore race team. We're going to go out and survey the course today. We're going to take it a little easy because there's a lot of debris in the water. But we'll, we're not afraid to break anything on Saturday. We don't want to break nothing today, but on Saturday, if we hit something, we hit something. We're going to let it hang out a little bit for the fans.
Time, showtime. Here they come.
You know, when people see the Miss Geico boat for the first time, it's shock and awe. Not just because of the paint job. They get all excited about the lizard. Everybody sees the Geico commercials, and Miss Geico puts on a good show. And when you see the boat going on water, the bright color and the sparkles in the paint, it just creates a really cool image. This is really cool because it's the first time Thunder over Louisville's had a vessel like this in it. And it's the first time I think a lot of people in Louisville are going to see anything like it.
There, you see some of the support boat, Miss Geico getting into place.
You won't be able to miss Miss Geico.
Yeah,
Miss Geico is a neon racing boat.
An offshore racing boat. There it is. And the promoter of the Geico team is from Louisville, and the owner is from Kentucky.
And, you know, like I said earlier, now you're going to see some real flying. This thing is going to come down the river, you know, barely hovering over top of the water. This is exciting to see, even with all the aviation stuff that we've seen today.
Miss Geico is said to go 210 miles per hour on the water. So everyone right now, if you could see, everyone is sort of inching as close as they can get towards the railings and getting as close as the river as they can get to see the Miss Geico racing boat come roaring down the Ohio.
You're going to see a lot of Miss Geico because the boat's going to be in the Kentucky Derby Festival Parade, and then it'll be on display in the infield of the Kentucky Derby and Oaks. So it is a brilliant color. You will see it in a lot of places over the next couple of weeks.
You know, what's funny, as a fighter pilot, I look at these guys, and I'm sure that they sit there and see the jets fly and think that we're crazy. I look at them and go, those guys must be crazy. To go that fast on the water, that can't be very forgiving.
Right now, we're looking at their safety boat. Again, Miss Geico is getting ready to get into place. The spectators are getting ready as well, trying to get a glimpse of the Miss Geico racing boat.
Just to give you an idea, a perspective of where this is all going to take place is right, I guess you could.
Wow, you just can't, I mean, I can't even imagine what it would feel like to be in that boat going that fast.
Let's hope he sprays some of the boaters at the other end. 180 miles an hour.
Yeah. It sounds so smooth, too. It's just...
Heading down toward the locks, the McAlpin Dam, now over toward, looks like going toward southern Indiana. There we go. Right at about the falls, if you know this area down here, and now it's going to make a pass over there for the folks on the southern Indiana side.
Very graceful to watch that boat go down the river.
Just almost hovering on the top of the water, it seems. Live from Sky 11.
Getting some good aerial shots there from our Sky 11 helicopter right now.
The owner of the boat, John Ben Ali Hagan, is from Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And his great-great-grandfather owned the Derby-winning horse, Ben Ali, the 12th winner of the Kentucky Derby. And so they've gone from thoroughbreds to offshore racing power boats in this family. Just an amazing background.
Perhaps they are into adrenaline rushes.
And this boat, too, is very different from some of the hydroplanes that you may see in Madison Regatta.
Our helicopter trying to race with it. There on the Louisville side. All right, Reed, I don't think you can catch him. Great camera work up there.
It's a beautiful day, and what a scene this is. Hey, we can't keep up with that guy. We've only got one turbine engine. He's got two twin turbines on that thing, two Allison turbines on there, and when he opens it up, it just flat roars. It's really just almost hovering above the water, and that thing just digs in and goes. It's a beautiful sight to see, though. He's swinging around wide again, going to go past the Falls of the Ohio. The folks over in Ashland Park, you're getting ready to get a beautiful view here.
People have raced
down a little bit in the curve here, and we can kind of stay with him, but that's not going to last long because he'll gun it again here. There's twin turbine aircraft engines in there. He opens it up, and there he goes again.
Reed, tell your pilot to use cutoff. It's the only way he'll stay with him.
They're exactly right.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Throwing the river water up. He's going to perform about 10 minutes, and people on the Belvedere, everybody has rushed to the side. They really love this boat. This is quite a great new attraction for the Derby Festival.
This boat is called a fighter jet on the water. We'll ask the Colonel if he agrees with that.
Yeah, I'd go with that. It's probably not very well armed, but that's all right. I imagine it's very hard to ski behind at those speeds, though.
Yeah. You may not be able to water ski behind that one. The cockpit is said to hold 4 people, though.
It would be a fun ride. I think I'd have to give that a shot if I were given the opportunity.
I tell you, the Great Steamboat Race always cracks me up because basically the boats do a 6-mile trip up the river and back in 2 hours. I think we could do this one in maybe 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, he's obviously going pretty fast. And look, it always gets me how much lift the boat gets. Obviously, the design of the boat is an awful lot like a wing, so that must help it come out of the water like that. But boy, I wonder what it's like to control. I'd have to talk to those guys and ask them how hard it is to control that thing.
This boat is based out of Florida, by the way, and of course, with the Geico name and the color and the popularity of the Geico mascot, they've really helped put offshore racing back on the map, and that's been their goal. And this group that owns it, including the race promoters from Louisville, is very proud.
Else you all have here. This is the most beautiful thing with 800,000 fans. I'm just honored to be here, Miss Geico team, and this is just fun. This really is. Thunder over, now we have thunder under, I guess, if you want to call it like that. I don't know.
So what's your need for speed here, huh?
We're looking at about 195. Normally can do about 202 or something, but we're just worried about a little bit of the trash in the water in the Ohio River. But I'll tell you what, it really is an honor to be here.
Well, we are thrilled to have you. And backed by Warren Buffett, am I understanding?
Yes, it's very nice. Mr. Buffett, I mean, he has that.
He's got the money.
He loves Geico, and that's the most important thing. And, it's just great for all the advertising and everything we can do for boat shows and boat races.
Yeah,
just toss it back to Doug and Renee.
All right, see you guys.
Well, thank you, John. And the family's heritage is just fascinating. As he said, his great-great-great-grandfather owned the 12th Kentucky Derby winner, Ben Ali. And we're seeing quite a thoroughbred in the water here tonight.
As we're going to leave you here with a few more sights of Miss Geico racing boat along the Ohio River. We're going to take a quick break and come back in just a minute.
This is Thunder over Louisville. Opening ceremonies for the Kentucky Derby Festival.
All right, they just told the crowd to wave goodbye to Miss Geico as she's making her final pass there past the Belle of Louisville, hit at speeds of 180 miles per hour. The offshore racing boat in town for the first time for Thunder over Louisville.
Miss Geico, that neon boat along the Ohio River, you certainly can't miss.
The crowd is huge. We're having a great time on the Belvedere. That Geico boat, wasn't she amazing, just racing up and down the Ohio, watching the planes fly over? As we've been watching these planes, my time in the Air Force, I've flown in many of those planes and also briefed many of the pilots flying those, from the A-10s to the F-16s, the F-15s, the C-130s. I briefed all of those guys during my time in the Air Force, and it's really cool to see them out here performing. Also, a lot of the Army helicopters, I've been up in those guys as well, so it's a lot of fun to sit down here on the ground and watch some of the amazing stuff that they can do. Doug and Renee?
All right, thumbs up, the peace sign from the Miss Geico crew, the promoters from Louisville, the owner of the boat from Kentucky. We'll be back with more Thunder over Louisville, the river to the skies, in just a moment.